Hello everyone and welcome. On this episode we will be creating characters. So if you want to know how that's done, stick around and let's get started. Well, just like we did with both the jobs and the items, we are going to do the same for our characters. We are going to create a character script and a character controller script. Well, the character script, much like the item one, is going to be a system.serializable. It's not going to inherit from mono behavior, and we don't need the start or the update method. We're going to need is a public string for the name of the character, and we are going to need a public bool to tell us if the character is locked or unlocked. So let's just go is locked. And for now, this is all that we need. And with that done, let's go ahead and create the visuals to display our characters. You know what that means? Start the time lapse. Well, with the visuals done, let's go ahead and copy some of the variables from our job controller since the character controller will do mostly the same thing. So first we need a list of characters and we can call this available, I don't know, chars? Okay, yeah. Then we will need a character prefab and a character parent. And with that done, we will now go for each character C in available characters. And let's go ahead and also copy the things from our job. Now we want to instantiate the character prefab at the character parent, and also we want to be using Unity engine.ui. Then we can go ahead and change the name of the character to be text.text. Oh, okay, so this is the component. We don't want components. So component.text is going to be equals to character.name. And also we want to change the image from the lock if the character is locked. So we can go.get component in children of type image, and then we can get its game object, and we can set it active based on if the character is locked. So if the character is locked, the image of the lock will appear. If it's not, it will not appear. we will comment out this line here, and we will come back to this later. So let's go ahead and change to Unity, and let's create some characters. I'll be right back. So I went ahead and created 4 characters, and the names of the characters are based on my most recent subscribers. So if you go ahead and run the game, you can see that we have Unity tutorials, which is locked. We have Fongli, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, which is locked. We have Smooth Arias, which is locked. And we have myself, which I'm not locked. Now, what we want to do is, whenever we click each of the unlocked characters, we want to go to the jobs. So basically what we are doing is, I want this character to be doing this job. So let's go ahead and code that. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add a button component to our character prefab. So let's go ahead and apply that. We can now delete this. And now here in our character controller, we can enable this get component of type button. And what we want to do is we want to add a listener. So let's go ahead and delete the other listener. And we only want to add the listener if, so we can do this in 2 different ways. We can go if c dot is locked. So if the character is not locked, meaning we have it, we can go ahead and add a listener. And that listener is going to be responsible for opening the job panel. So we can go canvas controller dot instance dot show panel, and the panel we want to show is the job panel. So let's go ahead and create a public transform and call it job panel. If we now go ahead and jump to here, go into the character controller, assign it the job panel or the job holder, and run the game, you can see that if we clicked someone which is locked, nothing happens, but if we clicked someone which is not locked, we jump into the jobs. And this means we can do jobs with characters that aren't locked. So this button here is useless, so I'm going to remove it. Well, we reached the end of this episode. We created a way for us to display characters and use characters to get items. So yeah, in the next episode, or in the next week I shall say, we will have 2 new videos, one which is a continuation of this tutorial, and the other one is a release of the game as it is, since it will be episode number 10. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next week.